Hello, welcome to Psalm blog. Psalm 30. Is forgiveness possible? I was once talking to a minister who had retired, actually not quite retired, because he had a nice part-time job. He worked as a chaplain on cruise ships, and I asked him about the job, and he said this: whenever I lead a service, I always talk about forgiveness. Why? Why did the people on those cruise ships need to hear about forgiveness? He said this: because there are many people there who've lived a busy, outwardly successful life, but they look back on their lives and they see things that they wish they hadn't done. And because so many people have so many big regrets, they really need to know that they can be forgiven. They need to know God can wipe the slate clean. Here in Psalm 30, there are some wonderful words about the character of God that leads to forgiveness. The psalm writer writes this: for his anger lasts only a moment, but his favour lasts a lifetime. Weeping may remain for a night, but rejoicing comes in the morning. God removes our sins freely and quickly, and when they are gone forever. That phrase, will remain for a night, you could replace one word there with an old-fashioned word, the word tarry. His anger will not tarry. What does tarry mean? It means to delay leaving or to stay for longer than expected. But when God washes our sins away, he washes them away full stop, completely, utterly, and quickly. When God has forgiven, he doesn't see sin clinging on, hanging around us anymore. He looks on us as clean. It's gone. And the weeping and grief at sin is over quickly. In a way, it's like an overnight visitor with his bag half packed and ready to leave in the morning. He's only staying for bed and breakfast. That's the marvellous nature of God's forgiveness, that anyone with regret who's burdened with a guilty heart needs to know. However, there's one condition to this good news. Before we can know God's favour, we need to understand why he's angry. There's sorrow that comes from regret. I feel so bad about what I've done. But that sort of sorrow doesn't lead anywhere, and it doesn't lead to freedom and joy. There's the sorrow that goes a bit deeper, that appreciates what I've done to others and how I've hurt them. But true godly sorrow goes a step even further. It sees that what I've done has hurt and offended God himself. It sees how sin is an offence against the character of God and all that he's made us to be. Godly sorrow, sees that sin is trashing God's world, personally committing an act of treason against him, against the ruler of the universe. And only when we first know and understand the depth of what we've done and how it's wrong before God, can we really know the full joy of forgiveness. And that forgiveness, when it comes quickly, instantly, when we turn to him. Thank God that when we turn to him, sorrow only remains for a night, and rejoicing comes in the morning.